Oh, hey there. I heard it was cold in Colorado. Me and Claire are on vacation. But check out Sauce TV episode 4.
Drop in with me.
Oh, hey, how's it going? Good to see you there. As Zach told you, we traveled south of the border to enjoy our vacation. And while we're soaking up the rays, how about you check out this interview we did with our good friend JG Mazzata over at Satellite Board Shop.
My name's JG Mazzata. I'm one of the owners here at Satellite Board Shop. I guess my background in connection skateboard, I moved to Colorado in 2000. I started working at a shop called Brothers Boards that my business partner Raul was snowboarding for. We kind of both moved here around the same time, became good friends. That shop went out of business, and so from that we started Satellite. Brothers Boards was here in Boulder, and that was the original one with the Baptista family. And then they branched out, and a couple other guys were, there were some different owners. Chris and Tony, awesome guys. Tony went on to do the Denver shop, but they had the Aurora one and the Denver location. When we both came together and we started talking about the shop thing, myself and Raul just really, we felt like there was a very huge lack of community in Boulder itself as far as like skateboarders and snowboarders and really kind of having this connection. I think the store, Brothers Boards, that I came into after the fact it was kind of on its way out. It was kind of a store that was considered, vibey and, maybe not the friendliest place to go, let alone the best selection for stuff. At that time, there were a lot of big corporation skate and snowboard shops in town, and there just wasn't really like a good sense of community. So that's where the name Satellite came about. And we had this thing, we were like, well, what is this thing that can kind of help connect these kids, us, this great group of people, great scene, great parks had just started to really pop up during that time. And so the idea of connections really is where the name Satellite came from. I moved here in 2000. I was a CU student. When I came in 99 to come look at school here, the Blue Park was still here, and that's now the famous Blue Park. That was torn down by the time I got here in summer of 2000, and the new park opened up like that fall winter of 2000. So it was a good time for skateboarding where basically, again, we had the shop that existed for a long time that had all new people working at it, including myself, and it was just it was nearing the end of its days, and it seemed like that skate scene was just about to really take off. A big part of how we kind of helped the skate scene in our own unique way, I think every store has a story to tell of what they've done for the skate scene in Colorado. As well as every rider that's lived here, or, whether they're pro that's visiting or whether it's the guys that grew up here, like Angel. It's like you have a huge impact on the Colorado skate scene and in your own way, and it all kind of collectively makes Colorado what it is. It's such a great place to skate and hang out. Charlie Mask, he was our first employee at the store. He's been one of my best friends forever. He's now our NHS rep for all the indie brands. He kind of came up with a concept that we kind of all collaborated on, but it was like, hey, let's do a tour, a summer tour, and we're gonna call it Ride With Us. It was actually based off like a Turbo Negro song at the time, but Ride With Us was basically as it started out was like, hey, let's pick the parks that nobody goes to, that don't have a shop, and really like go out there and kind of just do a demo, film some stuff, have a good time, and give out some free stuff. And we've been doing that now. We're going into our 14th year on it, so we've been doing it for a really long time. And as it first started out, as we were going to these places that didn't have parks, then eventually it kind of turned into this big camping adventure where every year we'd have 3 or 4 major camping trips with big groups of people. And then not necessarily just our own shop team riders, but team riders from 303 and from the Denver shop, places like that, that would just come on our trip and just have a good time. That's really all it was about. We made a tour video every single year that just had, again, it was our shop video, but it wasn't, you didn't have to ride for the shop to be in the video. So it was like, hey, if you enjoyed these experiences like camping with us, you got a shot in the video, like, sick. For this next summer, we have big plans for like a DIY inspired ride with us that we tested out the last couple of years, but really trying to get guys out there to help create spots, specifically like in our area because we have some developments going on with the city. But yeah, really trying to create, because we've skated all these parks, we've been doing it for 14 years, there's footage of all these parks from 14 years, so we kind of hit a point where like, okay, let's create some new spots that no one's seen yet. Our mission is to continue supporting the Boulder community. I mean, that's really what we're about. We love Colorado, but more importantly, we're about Boulder. We've been here forever, we've been here for 16 years. This is our town, our area. I think it's something that we want to continue to make sure that these kids that grow up here in Boulder that are having, a positive experience when they're starting skateboarding, we want to continue to support Boulder community that has supported us for 16 years. And I don't think there's a lot of communities out there that are as in touch with that stuff as Boulder is. I think Boulder has a really strong sense of community, and the people that do live here are really interested in keeping it local and keeping it Boulder. Man, it doesn't matter how old you get, you still, you have this eternal youth thing going on. If you still skateboard, you also have this, huge respect for these younger kids. And I think that, a lot of the younger kids in this sport that get it, they understand that, yeah, this is something that it's got heritage, it's something to look up to and respect some of these older guys. I think, it shows in a lot of the people that have like pro models out right now and reissues of stuff. They're selling because there's guys like me that like them, and these young kids are like, cool, I really like this dude too. Like I might have never seen Lance Mountain skate, but I like the idea and everybody keeps talking about him. So you can have a brand that exists out of your garage that sells really well if you have a good niche spot, whether you have like some great skaters that that work with you, or do you have like a great graphic team, but you can still exist as this little tiny company, and kids go crazy for it because it's some new thing, and they they have some sort of attachment to it, whether they saw it on Thrasher or somebody's blog or whatever. I don't even know if people still check blogs, but yeah, you can have these things. It's really hard to have that exist in any other facet of life. It's a cool thing still, I don't even know how to put it into words. It's really tough to put into words, but it's something that I can go out and have a 2-hour session with my friends, and it is like the most fun, the most uplifting thing, and then it can also be, if you're starting to take it too seriously, it could also be like the biggest, pain in your ass, kind of thing that you would ever, could ever imagine. But I think with those levels of emotions going on, it's something that it gets your blood flowing. I don't know how to describe it other than it's like one of the funnest things I've ever done in my life. And I will continue to do it as long as my body will take it. So.
Searching for my Charlotte song. Whoa! What's going on, friends? Coming up next is the Pushing for Pink event held by 303 and Image. Check out some of the competitions they had at Denver Skate Park. Where's the salt? Where's the salt?
Gotcha. All right, we're about to get the fuck out of here pretty soon. Come on, fucking it's 303 ways. y'all got here. All right. But yeah, thank y'all once again. And last but not least, y'all know what it is?
So we're here at Pushing for Pink, Denver, Colorado. It's part of one of our special stops. Basically, every year we're gonna do like LA and SF, but then we want to include people that we know we won't be able to see and kind of tell our message of breast cancer prevention and not awareness. And you know, basically be skateboarders that aren't running a scam or trying to do nothing to get over, actually because we care. We've like lost family members to cancer, breast cancer, etc. You know what I'm saying? So we want to just put it in skateboarders' ears that we could do something more than just be, you know, like all the time. Because, you know, like in my regular life, I'm a skateboarder, you know, but take the time, October, to just really reflect on doing something right and positive, you dig?
My sponsors, I'm blessed. I'm able to get this stuff, and I want to give it to y'all because there's nothing. And then we give it straight to the people breasts, and I give it to the moms, and give it to the aunties. Feel me?
But really, bro, thanks to Colorado, Denver, y'all held it down. It was a sick crew, and I mean, you guys just need to rebuild this skate park, but that's about it.
What's up, it's Lugo. Thank you for watching Sauce TV. These guys are great. They do you right. fun.
We're good. Woo! You missed the lens, dude.
Dude, I'm just so hyped. Get you some of that, baby! Woo! Get some! Right here. No, right here. Oh, shit, yeah, right here. That's it.
My name is Daniel Anthony Angulo. Everybody around here calls me Lugo. And that sprang up a couple years ago. The homie Brecken thought of it one day and it just kind of stuck. And I started skating at Cush Park around 2014 or so.
Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Washington State. I was born in the apple capital of the world. It's a tiny little town called Wenatchee. And it's amazing. I hope to go back. It's great because there's just nothing there and it's just so quaint. And when I was like 6 or 7, we ended up moving all the way down south to like Tijuana, Mexico, because my mother and my stepfather at the time had like a little game plan to go down there, make a bunch of money, but still work in the States, you know what I mean? And we would like cross the border every day to go to school and work. But I've been all over the place, man. Pretty sure I started skating, I don't know, there's just always been a skateboard lying around. I've always just kind of like tried it, you know? I think when I really started might have been in like 98 in like Tijuana, Mexico, man. Just goofing around with my little Hot Wheels skateboard, you know? Yeah. Whole complete, you know? I didn't get the wheels till later because we were broke, but you know? I got most of it. My mom's like, all right, well, we'll get your wheels some other time because this shit's expensive right now. Yeah. So I had my like little twigs, my little Element twigs, I had my Venture trucks, and I didn't have any wheels for like a couple weeks. I would just kind of get hand-me-downs from whoever, you know. No, yeah, no, I didn't tell you that part. After TJ, we ended up living in San Diego for a while, and like that's where I kind of like assimilated into skateboarding. Like I started being exposed because SD is like mecca, you know, it's like SF basically kind of. I've been skating a lot at curbside lately just because it's warm. I love Cush Park though. Like every time I come here, I have a great time.
Right.
Like as
It
you can
forces
tell.
you, I feel like, to be creative. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
not like set up for like, you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's kind of like
Yeah.
Theme Park where it's like,
You kind of have to make the best of it, really. And that's what I grew up with, just janky ass skate parks. Like, I think the first park I went to didn't even have coping. It was a concrete park with no coping. So everything was just crust. And like none of the edges were like lined up. They were all busted open and like weird. But yeah, it really does force you to get creative, and it benefits you if you ask me, you know? I've had 2 ankle repairs. I think it's like lateral compound repairs or something like that on both ankles. And basically my ligaments were like spaghetti. None of them were attached. So every time I would, yeah, from skateboarding. And it was because I didn't like take a break, you know? Like I would never take breaks. I would just get hurt and then skate and then get hurt and then skate. And it's really bad for you, so take breaks. It's a good question, dude. I've been asking myself that lately a lot. I guess like the closest thing I could come up with is like meditation, you know, kind of like, I'm not really a religious person or like too spiritual or nothing, but that's something I know I can do to like clear my head of anything. That's why I love this park, dude. There's always something going on. It helps me not take shit seriously too, because like nothing's worse than a slam, really. Like nothing will happen to you that's as bad as like losing your fucking teeth or, you know, busting in your elbows, you know, like I don't care what you're going through, man. I mean, you know, there's some serious stuff out there, but a slam, that can do some clarity, you know, that can clarify some things. BC to me is pretty much family. I met Dan Hunter here one day at Cush Park and we just vibed, and he asked me if I wanted to ride for BC, and I wasn't doing anything at the time, so it sounded pretty cool. I met everybody in the team, everyone's tight. Yeah, it's just been really mellow. I didn't really expect that. No offense, guys. It's a big shop, you know. And they're really cool, man. Yeah, they're huge, but they're so fucking cool. They take good care of me, and I mean, if I wanted to do more, I definitely could, and they would back me. But like, I just been getting hurt and stuff, and like, you know, just trying to work my way back up. Maybe, you know. Right. I missed Tampa this year, though.
Yeah. Are you looking? What's your future look like? Do you think you might be pushed into do some AMP events or like AMP comps?
Maybe. Yeah. I've been really liking skating lately. Like, just having fun, you know, not really forcing myself to progress, just kind of doing what I already know how to do and letting whatever happens happen, you know, and make the best of it. Yeah, I mean, I might try some stuff here in the future. It's all starting to look up. For now, it's just like try to get a job at BC and at the warehouse and just work at curbside and wing it. That's what I've been doing since I got here, man. Just winging it, you know?
That's what's up. Yeah, dude, you're one of the fucking coolest people I know in the shreds.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, dude.
Cheers, guys. Sauce TV. Check it out.
Thanks, bro.
There's a woman to blame, but I know. Good call, Zach, and welcome back, everyone. Check out this footage from the fundraiser put on over at the Send compound for Jody.
Yeah.
Take a couple more steps over to the left, Jeanette. I can't see you. Oh, there you go. That looks good. Well, we're bringing our vacation video home with us here from Sauce TV, and we're mighty glad that you took the time to sit down and watch with us. And we'll see you around Christmas time.